Leeds United just made one really great signing in Ramazani, who is a fantastic winger who was playing in Spain last season, has a lot of potential, as has been said by basically everyone that's ever coached him. So that's a start, that's good. So how about another? Thankfully, Leeds United seem to be on the verge of securing another signing, another attacking signing, another signing that clearly has a hell of a lot of promise and ability behind him. So let's discuss it a little bit. The Whites are eyeing a big international star, I'll tell you who in a moment, but hi, welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to talk you through who exactly Leeds are considering, how he fits in, what exactly this deal could look like if Leeds United are set to do it, why it's potentially a little bit easier to do than you might expect, should we do the deal, and ultimately I'll ask what you guys think. So, to start with, who exactly is it that Leeds United are eyeing up? The player is Roland Sallai. Now, you might think, I kind of half recognise that name, and that's very feasible because Roland Sallai is one of those players that every time the Euros or a World Cup rolls round, tends to just start for one of the lower level sides, specifically Hungary. He's got something along the lines of 52-ish caps off the top of my head, and is a genuinely very good footballer. Currently playing at Freiburg, he has, let's have a very quick look, goal every 4 games or so, assuming he plays 90 minutes every single game, 3 shots every single 90 minutes. Non-penalty XG says that he should score every 3 games, so he's very good. He's very creative at the same time, and thankfully there is a good reason that we are looking at him, and that is because I think he fits into the system really well. So he can play out on the right wing, which is really good because we need a little bit of cover for Dan James, and Ramazani plays primarily on the left-hand side. But in addition to that, he can play in the 10. Now, I would also like a dedicated number 10, just for a little bit more cover, a little bit more certainty. But Sallai is able to cover that role. He plays a sort of creative passing game, but he's not afraid to dribble against people because, having played on the wing, that's what you do quite a lot. I really like the idea of this signing, to be completely honest with you. Yes, I would still like to sign Ilan Cabal, just to add that little bit more passing range in the midfield, because I think we're sort of missing that. We've got a lot of direct dribbly sort of players in the squad right now. That passing creativity is something we could really do with. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words for some reason. But this is a very good signing to follow up on Ramazani, and would provide a big bit of competition for Dan James over on that right-hand flank. And crucially, a deal doesn't look too bad. I had a look on Transfermarkt and it had value at around 15 million euros. From what I've seen, it looks like we could expect to pay something between 7 and 9 million quid. That's a really good bargain for us. And approaching it from that perspective, from the perspective of, wow, we'd actually genuinely come off quite well here, and his wages aren't huge either. He's on something like, let's try and translate money in my head very quickly, like 11 grand a week at the moment over at Freiburg, who are in, I believe, the Bundesliga, which is really genuinely very good. Like, that's very affordable for us, especially in the Championship. And in addition to that, I feel like a lot of these deals that we've tried to get done this season, there are reasons they wouldn't work. So trying to sign John Rowe from Norwich, for example, didn't particularly work out because Norwich are, in their eyes, a promotion rival to us, so the price was incredibly high and they didn't necessarily want to sell, and we were fighting against Marseille. Jack Clark, who has just gone to Ipswich, or at least it's not been officially announced, but is going to Ipswich. £20 million, including add-ons, is a huge amount of money to be paying for a winger, especially a winger that hasn't really been tested above Championship level. So, looking at this £7 to £9 million signing, why exactly is it so easy to do? Well, there's a couple of reasons, and they are fairly important, and they give us a decent opportunity here because, by the looks of it, Freiburg need to sell right now. Basically, whilst it looks like FFP only affects clubs in England, that's not necessarily the case. It's an absolute nightmare for clubs across the world, and you need to consider both budget and cash flow and FFP stuff, which is what I believe Freiburg have their eye on with this, because they're also eyeing up signing a winger of their own. They are sort of gradually rotating Sallai out of the side. He played 27 times last season, so not a full season. Didn't quite perform at the standard that he used to, or at least he used to at Freiburg. At the age of 23, he got 11 goals and assists in like 22 starts. Really good. He's dropped a teensy bit from that level, but to be fair, Bundesliga to the Championship, fair enough. Decent enough translation to do. Freiburg need the money in order to sign their own player, basically. So it's a potentially easy to do deal. It's a deal that's easy to do at a reasonable price point. I don't see any drawbacks to this, unless we're looking at other targets at the same time. So the question is, should we do the deal? I think that sort of depends on what else is being discussed behind the scenes. So basically what I mean by that is when I covered how he fits in, I mentioned the Ilan Cabal deal. If we're looking at Cabal for 3 million and another winger that's of a very, very high standard for 4 million, then the question of should we do the deal becomes a maybe not, because we're getting equally good quality across two players for the same price in comparison to chucking all of it into one player and sort of saying, well, Sallai, hope you do really, really well. He probably will because he's a very talented footballer, but it's a little bit complex, I think. Basically, I'm firmly of the opinion that if he is the key target in the wide positions, then absolutely we should be signing Roland Sallai. No question about it. But if this is one of those situations where we're just sort of asking the question and saying, like, well, Freiburg, how much would you sell him for? We've still heard back that we will be able to buy him at a bargain price point. It's just a question of, is he the player that we'll be looking for, or will we look elsewhere? I would love to sign him, but I hope that we are absolutely cooking towards the end of this window because we've needed it. We've needed it a little bit sooner. Thankfully, we've gotten a little bit of momentum going. I hope we keep it up for the remaining 7 days of the window. But either way, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, and become a channel member. It's 99p for a month, I think. And I release all of my videos early because I'll record these late at night, as you can tell by the fact I'm stumbling over my words. And then release them in the morning so you can get access to them if you're a night owl or whatever. I'll also end up doing some more sort of like members exclusive stuff in the coming weeks and months, which should be quite nice. But I've forgotten to say, let me know what you think as well. I am very tired. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me know if you think we should sign Sallai in the comments down below. That'd be massively appreciated because I'm on the fence. It'd be a very good signing if we can get it done, but is there a more efficient way of spreading those resources? I don't quite know. So you guys will, and I know that you guys are very opinionated about absolutely everything, including, like, calling me boring, which is great. I really love comments about that. But either way, hope you enjoyed the stream. If you stream video, shit, I'm tired. Like, subscribe, become a channel member, all that fun stuff. Hope you enjoyed. I shall see you later. I'm gonna go to bed now. No, I'm not. I need to upload the video and I need to make a thumbnail. I'm gonna go to bed in about 20 minutes. See you later.